For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
As far as the politician is concerned, what is the biggest fraud which has been perpetuated on the people of St. Lucia in recent years? Also coming up on the program, a guy wanted in connection with a murder turns himself in to the police. And a special WhatsApp message, and that one is dedicated to the Prime Minister of St. Lucia. We'll be going through that as well as the question of the day. We also have the NewsSpin news of the day, all happening on the most monitored talk show in the world, and it's NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. We are also on the NewsSpin YouTube as well as the NewsSpin page. We'll be together until 2 o'clock this afternoon, and during the course of the broadcast, I'll be able to take your calls at 716-2026, 716-2026 via WhatsApp. Not sure if we'll be able to utilize the other telephone line, but we'll inform you as we go along. But one guarantee is we will be able to take your calls via 716-2026, your WhatsApp calls and messages, and Kimani will be going through some of your comments in the chat room. We hope that you're having yourself an enjoyable and fantastic Thursday wherever you might be around the world, whether you are in the UK, in Canada, in Dubai, in Africa, in the Caribbean, in St. Lucia. We say hello to you and thank you so much for tuning in to the broadcast. What is the biggest fraud which has been perpetuated on the people of St. Lucia in recent years? This was addressed yesterday on this broadcast. Not that I am endorsing the impression that he conveyed, the conclusion that he reached. I'm not endorsing it because I have a mind of my own, can make my own assessment, likewise you. We can critique certain things that people say, But just to spur debate, it is always worth discussing issues as they come along. Let us not be myopic, and let us not close ourselves, our minds, to various issues as they come before us. So it was controversial. Firebrand politician, I don't know if he has retired, Peter Josie, former St. Lucia foreign minister, former minister of agriculture, called a broadcast yesterday, and he made reference, in his mind, in his estimation, the biggest fraud which has been perpetuated on the people of St. Lucia.
Putting people first, that's the biggest fraud that has been perpetuated on the people of St. Lucia, putting people first. I was in the belly of that beast, Timothy, and I know. In fact, that is why they didn't want me among them, because I started from the forum in the Black Power movement. All of these guys are prophets with false horns, all of them, starting from Frederick P. King, all of them. And you know, I will call them out by name. They know me. There's nowhere that they can hide from me this time. And God willing, all my energies will be going to support people like Apai and people like himself. Anybody have their degrees, they have worked hard for it, that's fine. If you want to represent your people, that's fine. But don't think that you are going to come and say, pretend that you're going to put people first. And everything you do is to put taxes and misery on the backs of the people of St. Lucia. Why is your belly getting fat, your tummy getting fat, every part of your body, you, your children, your women, your friends? No. It is time we stop this thing in St. Lucia.
Mr. Peter Josie making his contribution on yesterday's NewsSpin program and describing as a sham, a fraud, the slogan of the St. Lucia Labour Party in the run-up to the 2021 general election, putting the people first. You have your own opinion on it, hoping to hear from you momentarily. But it's a catchy slogan, and it is one based on the outcome of the general election which resonated with the electors of St. Lucia. Because it ought to be all about the people when you are seeking to represent the interest. I don't know what happens after political parties win a general election. So in this case, it's for you to determine whether this administration is continuing to put your interest first. I would just like to say that they can do a whole lot better. From the inception, based on their utterances, based on the rhetoric, based on their behavior in the Parliament of St. Lucia, I think that the St. Lucia Labour Party has gone contrary to this slogan of putting the people first. It has always been about themselves, always been about their ego, because they're always highlighting issues that do not resonate with the people of this country. Take, for example, the high cost of living. One would have thought that because this is a widespread problem right now in St. Lucia, that on every occasion, the government MPs, the St. Lucia Labour Party as a political outfit, would take the opportunity to address the people of St. Lucia on this problem. I'm not talking about making reference to it en passant, because the party and the government is on the defensive when it comes to the high cost of living, when it comes to crime as well, in terms of its stewardship, in terms of ensuring that people are living in a safer St. Lucia, in a St. Lucia where they can, put their resources together and they can take care of themselves in terms of feeding themselves, feeding their families, and paying their bills. That is what people are asking for, the basics. But what do you find happening in the parliament of this country and elsewhere? Continuous efforts to distract people, focusing on things that are happening in Barbados, in Trinidad, in the United States, in Panama, as opposed to those issues that are affecting you in this country right now. The government can attend to every issue that it highlights. What it has to do with recouping the millions that were used to spend on purchasing COVID-19 vaccines, how the government negotiated a loan with the OECD and how that loan was disbursed. But it also has to focus on the high cost of living. That is a dominant issue. That is a major headache for the people of this country on a daily basis. Even people who consider to be middle class or somewhat rich, those people are complaining whenever they go to the supermarket, whenever they go to other places to purchase food items. I mean, they have to pay out of pocket, just exorbitant sums. And you tell me that your government should be looking after your interest, putting you first. The government appears to be out of sync when it comes to this reality. At every occasion, at every opportunity, the government ought to be addressing the high cost of living. And I think the government has exhibited a kind of I don't care attitude when it comes to this issue. But it is very, very important. So your guess is as good as mine as to whether the government is living to that slogan or mantra, whatever you want to call it, of putting the people first. As far as Mr. Peter Josie is concerned, that is far from the truth. Today is being observed as World Teachers Day. And on our NewsSpin Facebook page, as always, we have a question of the day. And it reads, on this World Teachers Day, how do you grade St. Lucia's teachers? On this World Teachers Day, how do you grade the island's teachers? And I will attempt to go through some of your comments before we conclude our broadcast this afternoon. But let us hear from the president of the St. Lucia Teachers Union, Mr. Don Howell. He has an 8-minute address to coincide with the observance, but we have just narrowed it to about 3 minutes. Let's hear from the president of the SLTU, Don Howell.
This year, World Teachers Day is being observed under the theme, the teachers we need for the education we want, the global imperative to reverse the teachers' shortage. The theme seeks to raise awareness of the global issue of teacher shortages, acknowledging that a lack of qualified teachers will retard the gains made within the education system. We do not have the same experiences as the metropolitan countries in our local context. However, we must ensure that we take precautionary steps to prevent teacher shortages in St. Lucia. Already we see signs in various subject areas where it is difficult to obtain teachers for those subjects. As we observe World Teachers Day 2023, let us reflect on the advancements that we have made as a union. Preserving our trade union and its rights is key to advancing the profession and the education system. All the gains that we currently enjoy or we can access were won by the SLTU on your behalf. The collective agreement between the government of St. Lucia and the SLTU outlines some of the benefits that we have gained for you through the collective bargaining process. Respect for the SLTU must be seen as a valuable trade union right. As an organization, we must be steadfast and vigilant to ensure that no individual no organization, no Ministry of Education or other government agency acts in a manner that disrespects our organization, that disrespects our union, its structures, and the trade union values that we uphold. In addition to respecting the SLTU, the teacher, as a professional, must also be respected. The SLTU continues to advocate to raise the status of teachers in St. Lucia. As professionals, teachers are able and must be allowed to participate in the decision-making processes within the education system. Many times, there were efforts to sideline teachers and their professional views, to apply a rigorous top-down approach that is archaic, based on colonial philosophies, and only serves to retard the education system.
President of the SLTU, Mr. Don Howell, part of his address to coincide with the observance of World Teachers' Day. And what are the issues that are impacting teachers as far as those various institutions that are looking after the interests of educators? That will include low pay, high levels of stress. This is an understatement. High levels of stress, low pay, and poor working conditions. And I'm sure our educators in St. Lucia can attest to this. So happy World Teachers' Day to all the educators around the world, but in particular educators who are working in St. Lucia, making sacrifices to ensure that our children are educated and prepared for the challenges of the future and the world of work as well. Let's open the line to get calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. I keep saying this number, but it's not working, it's not functioning. It's actually 716-2026. WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, team.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
You know, we have some amazing teachers in this country, but we also have some who's only in it for the money. And they'll stay there years upon years upon years upon years and quarrel every day in the school. But they're still staying there because it's all for the money. But we have some very good teachers among our teachers.
I think the majority are hardworking individuals who are dedicated to the profession.
Yes, you have the majority.
Yeah.
But you have one or two among them that making everybody look bad when you have an encounter with one. But that's for another show. My thing is, our Prime Minister and our government team, I will not be tired of calling. Now, I do not want to call our people stupid because I will also look like one of them if I say that, because I am from St. Lucia.
So why are you tempted to call our people or describe our people as being stupid?
Because we tend to make stupid decisions.
No, I disagree with you. If you're talking about the outcome of the last general election, I'll disagree with you. That's what you're talking about?
Not just the outcome, team, but the decisions. What upon making a decision, what influences? Okay,
because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, I always take issue with that. People who are supporters of the losing party, they always describe the electors as stupid when the party do not win. The St. Lucia Labour Party did that to the electorate in 2006, and I was deeply offended by that. And now in 2021, 2022, 23, we have people are describing St. Lucians as stupid because of the outcome of the last general election. I don't think the people are stupid. They always make the right decision.
I will not say because of the outcome, team. When I speak, I look at the issues and the reason why. And not just that, even after elections and people see things, they go through things and they still defending the things that is affecting they themselves. You understand? That is what I'm calling stupid, because you cannot tell me that because you supporting, and like I've said before, I used to support the United Workers Party all my life, but I never really supported the party underneath Stevenson King team, because we did a lot of foolishness underneath him, not because he turned, but I never supported then because I know we were not doing a lot of things right. Now, not because I am supporting Flamboyant, they fooling around for me to come and say they're doing everything good. I will not do that. And that is one of the things that I'm seeing happening. Because people are supporting certain parties, even though the party does wrong, they will still stay there and support it. It's best you keep quiet. If I am not supporting something and I don't want to look like a fool when I speak about it, I'll just keep quiet. I'll not support it. But I always say, if it's not good, it's not good. Not because it's my side doing it. And this is the problem that we have today, you know. We still have people defending things, Tim. The government is very, I don't want to use the word smart, but in the way that they execute the things that they do.
They're cunning.
You're right. Because they will give you a pinch. They will give you a pinch here and there and everywhere, Tim, to make it look like they're giving you something. But
okay,
how
so for
much
example,
are they taking back from you?
For example, listen to this caller. Gives me an opportunity to read something I stumbled upon via WhatsApp. And it reads, tell PJP, let us pay for ambulance services and remove the 2.5% levy burden. We pay for ambulance services once in a while, but the levy is a constant weight on our backs.
Exactly. And what was it, $50 or so?
Yes.
I think it was about $50.
I think
but
$50 for the first mile, and then you have a $5 or thereabout for the other miles.
How often do you call an ambulance service? And even if you were calling ambulance service all the time, how much would it cost you? You understand? Vis-a-vis what you have to pay right now every day. And it goes back to everything else. You pay, like I have always been saying, I will always say that one because I have 3 children, Tim, two in secondary school, the other one joining them just now. You understand? You pay in CXC and facility fee for me, which does not amount to $500 now, and I still have to go and buy the books that come into over almost $2,000. How have you done anything for me? You understand? The thing for the older people, most older people was already getting all those services free, Tim. You package it and you say 80 plus getting what? Moun pa ka même rive 80 cent li 6 ans la, tout moun ga margin.
I think that's a gimmick, eh?
Exactly, but I tell you, I remember my mother when she was alive, Tim, most of those services, older persons was already getting it free.
Yeah.
And it was even under 80. It wasn't as high as 80. You were getting it from the time you 60 going up, and then you ill with diabetes and those things. You were getting a lot of those services free. You understand? All of those things. These things were right now, Tim. I know when you had a vehicle insurance, you were as the years go by, no claims, whatever, you're getting a little discount. Every year you have to be shopping for a new insurance. You know that? Every year you have to shop for a new insurance because the first year they will give it to you nice. And next year they're jacking up on you because they want to get you, right? Mm-hmm. So they're giving it to you nice this year. Next year they're jacking up. Now you know what I'm doing? Every year I change my insurance. Because that's how you have to learn how to work with the system. Every year. Instead they give you a discount.
We only have so many insurance companies in St. Lucia, eh? So you'll run out of luck very soon.
What you're doing, Tim, when you coming in for the first time, they're giving you a good price.
Right.
But the next year they're jacking up on you. That's what they're doing. Then not just that, and the reason they're giving you is because of all of the taxes. Everywhere you turn around right now, Tim, you paying extra in those taxes. I bought some meat. When was that? And I'm saying $200 worth of meat for some function. And I'm seeing $25 on that meat goes to taxes. You understand? $25 from $200. That's a lot. As everything else. They said they remove the VAT on the materials team. But by the time they remove the VAT on materials, sheet of plywood was like 109, 120 thereabout. Before they removed the VAT, a sheet of plywood had already gone to $250, you know. So when you move the VAT right now, it's still almost $200. It's still way more expensive than what it was before. So what's the difference? You understand? Taxes. I will challenge. Lastly, I will challenge your listeners, team. If anybody can come and tell me, okay, that there have been any other all the taxes we've had in this country, how did they come about? Because from 97, as far as I can remember, all taxes we've had from 97 have come across have been implemented by a Labour Party government. If one or two have been by United Workers Party, then fine. But majority of the taxes we've had have been implemented by a Labour government because they have no idea as to how to generate funds but increase taxes. You telling me you cannot? You have a shop, the only way you can make money is putting your things expensive? Your mind will tell you one day you will not sell. If everybody will sell, but you will not sell. Yes, your things are too expensive. Anyway, team.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. Good afternoon to you, Kimani.
Good afternoon, Tim. Someone says in the chat room, caller, the hacks will tell you to go vegan. Another comment, Tim, please let the Minister of Education know that having adults wearing school uniforms, most of them looking very awkward, is not the way to honor and appreciate teachers. To show appreciation for teachers, please improve their working conditions, increase their pay, and provide the schools with the necessary resources. Please and thanks. So, Tim, you are saying they made the right decision to vote the way they did. What's the point of all the hair pulling now?
I think, you always make the right decision. I think most times voters make the right decision when they enter the polling booth because it's on the basis of something positive, something good. They're seeking some kind of justification. I'm saying most voters, not all. You end up making the wrong decision in the sense that vicariously through your MP, he is the one who fails you. Okay, he's the one who failed you. She's the one who failed you. But you made the right decision when you decided to vote, let's say, in Ancillary Canaries for Wayne Girard, or in V4, you decided to put your confidence in Dr. Kenny Anthony. So when they failed you, then it appears that you've made the wrong decision. But I think innately the voters, they always aim to make the right decision. And I think out of convenience, what happens is that if your party does not win, then you start calling people stupid, because this happened in 2006. I remember people are saying, the government is performing, and you just remove Dr. Kenny Anthony from office, and you put the United Workers Party. See what's happening right now. They made the right decision. But the party, the government of the day, the ministers, those who were fighting for power after the death of Sir John Compton, they are the ones who failed the voters. That's what it is.
Another comment in the chat room. In my time, we had amazing teachers. Even after we graduated, there was still a connection to present. There are some good teachers today, but they don't have the power to discipline these children. Tim, the government will not have time to do the work the people elected them to do because they are busy taking people to court and anyone who mentions their names.
Let's see if we have a call via WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, caller. Good afternoon.
Bon après-midi, et puis bon après-midi, petit madame, là, qui l'a Ebola.
Good afternoon.
No, you say Kimani.
Yeah. Kimani, good afternoon, Kimani. J'ai une là qui trouille là, moi, qui est spécifiquement pour endorse pour l'idée. Tim, moi, cette liste de 3 jours. Moi, fait cette liste avec mon handlage. C'est moi, ça. Pierre, cette liste, sous cette liste, t'es qu'à catcher les billets. Et si cette liste, t'es qu'à read, et comprendre, ça calme, elle est venue pour politique, cette liste. Pierre, cette liste, vous demandez bien? Pierre, cette liste, pas les gars, vote by Labour. Because, là, regardez Labour. Labour, ni right now, c'est Labour vie de ton enfant. C'est rien qui ça, c'est beaucoup ça a fait. N'a changé way back. Les John Compton te vle backfield Pigeon Point. Ma sou quoi changer ça?
Non, ma ka changer ça.
Les John Compton te vle backfield Pigeon Point pour join Pigeon Island except ici pour faire causeway. Les bas fait la boue. Pour tout gens gozi les mener vini ba tracteur pas fait ça. Vous comprenez ça gado? Les John Compton te fait Marina gozi les. même la bois. Les John Compton te gagne ça c'est belle building là qui baille cette lycée belle fille jaay ça waterfront Castry. Les ba fait la boue même manière. Les John Compton te gagne mener recentre les ba fait la boue. Vous comprenez? Selon réalité tout ces bail ça les ba pas pour développement cette lycée. Les ba là pour koyo. Vous comprenez ça magadou là? C'est pour ça juste là pour koyo. Et les noms là qui viennent parler là dit about toute taxe qui a venu sur les bas. Pourquoi changer de l'eau? C'est 66% à la montée ici. Les bas toujours. Pourquoi tout bagage qui est mauvais, qui arrive cette lycée, c'est les bas qui a fait. Et cette lycée pas qu'à read, mais moi yo coûte, yo pas qu'à coûter, yo pas qu'à ouais c'est pour ça pas pour nous. Regardez ça. Et ma femme qui allait souffouiller là. Pas même Zodi nous était nous supposé ba Emma. Puisque Emma qui tire retirement from 60 to 65. Ça ou pas votre ba bon rapport.
Bon, c'est moi tout ça. En défense, Emma, il parlait juste West fait ça, hein. La tennis ça a couillé actual report. Ko yo gade l'âge moun, et yo gade moun ka vive plus longtemps, et yo gade la han qui a fait yo dit si ça a fait den, les a chaise moun qui vivent un certain âge pour hen la han yo retirement là, la pa kay assez la han en fond là pour bay ces moun. So c'est pour ça yo te pour longer ça fait retirement age là. En Barbade, you can garder même bagay là aussi. Because au pavle, les moun les a venu pour un retirement, ou ka di pa ni assez la en fond là. So c'est ça.
Demandons ça. Tout ces investment là you have là NIC a comme Blue Coral. Côté de là ça. Tout est investment, you can invest. Ou pas jamais tant yo dit yo kay point l'argent c'est investment ça pour the income vini di plus et sous de gabay moun ça 400 good because of say investment là nous invest là on dit nous ka 450 good jamais yo ka head là wali ma pan là yo bay moun ki ka vinn go team ça ba rien tête man e ba du yo bagay la bani yo man maka moi c'est pas flambeau pour la petit jaune maka suivre couler na suivre principe from depuis la levé en sur principe et regarder ça calme Dieu pour c'est ici en bas les bas c'est destruction tous les jours après Dieu bon Dieu pour hurricane pas qu'on c'est ici en bas les bas tu vas nous tout mal
mais gaza qui quoi les bas ça regarder là nous teni Thomas en 2010 qui laisse quitter office par Flobo mais c'est Flambeau qui était office Lieutenant Thomas en 2010.
Écoutez ça moi cadeau là ou pour comprendre. Moi do ramade bon Dieu pour un week-end pas con nous en bas les bas. C'est dans cadeau là. Puis si un week-end con regardez c'est moi ça. Gouvernement les bas ça qui office à présent là. C'est qui si pas jamais arrivé ouais en gouvernement qui autant mauvais. Pas même un gouvernement là-bas qui s'est monté comme ça. Ça qui là-bas de pièce. C'est comme ça qui là-bas de pièce. Là, de travail, c'est comme ça. Yo peut déboutonner en chemise. Yo can aller à la TV parce que yo can protect les victoires. Ça tout seul, c'est comme ça avec pièce. C'est juste koyo tout seul. Merci.
Okay, merci pour couiller. You're watching NewsSpin on our NewsSpin Facebook page. We are also on YouTube, listening to the broadcast on Power 97.9 FM. One guy turns himself in, but what transpired in July of this year? Alternative Security Services is offering a Get Hired on the Spot job fair, which is being held today between 9 o'clock and 3 this afternoon at Constitution Park in Castries. Applicants are hereby asked to walk with a valid ID, must be between the ages of 20 and 50, of sound mind and body, and must be able to read and write. This is compliments of Alternative Security Services Limited.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
There is only one option when they arrive. Our services will make the dead look alive. With Bouteille and Beaufort accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
Introducing the new LuSelect Virtual Service Desk, where one click is your access to every service. From my account to streetlight reports, requests for payment arrangements to settle arrears, change of name and address. Easy online forms give you access from anywhere and at any time. Every service you need at your fingertips. Go to our website, luselect.com, and click on the Virtual Service Desk widget. LuSelect's Virtual Service Desk. Every solution at your fingertips.
Get ready for the KFC Nuggets Roadshow. Starting October 6th, KFC launches its new Nugget menu with introductory prices. Join us at KFC stores island-wide. Rodney Bay on the 6th, Shop on the 7th, Micoud Street on the 9th, Cul-de-sac on the 10th, and Vieux-Fort on the 11th. Buy from the Nugget menu for a chance to win Spin the Wheel and win vouchers or KFC merchandise. Plus, you could win a trip to New York City with $500 of spending money and a 3-night hotel accommodation. Gather your friends and family for this unforgettable Nuggets Roadshow promo.
For it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Flow FastPay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. Flow FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
Night Meds is your dependable neighborhood pharmacy. You'll notice that upon entry, you are greeted by caring professional staff, attentive to your every need. Your prescriptions are always treated with a high degree of confidentiality, and we pride ourselves on providing speedy, efficient service. We carry a wide array commonly requested over-the-counter products, and our prices are very competitive. We offer blood pressure testing, blood sugar, and cholesterol testing. We're open to fill your prescriptions Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Come visit Sadu's gas station on the Micoud Highway or call us at 572-6840 or WhatsApp 461-6840 for more information. Night Meds Pharmacy. We are your community med store.
Can't get a break from all this tax? Head to Automotive Art and get a taxcation. Automotive Art is offering you an ease from VAT and health and safety levy with savings of up to 15% and more. That's right, 15% of all tools, 15% of all accessories, 15% of car detailing, 15% of all rims, 15% of computerized wheel alignment, and 15% and more of selected tires with savings of up to 30% on some sizes. It's Automotive Art Taxcation. Visit us at Automotive Art at Vidbouteille Castries and Latuni Vieux-Fort today and enjoy a taxcation. Offer valid for limited time. Some conditions apply. See stores for details.
Are you working that 9-to-5 job but also juggling a side hustle? Well, Elks Credit Union has great news for you. Introducing Elks Credit Union Side Hustle Boost Loan. Need funds to take your side hustle to the next level? With our Side Hustle Boost Loan, you can access up to $50,000, giving your side hustle the boost it needs. And here's the best part. You'll have up to 5 years to pay it back with flexible repayment options that suits your budget. Whether it's expanding your inventory, upgrading your equipment, or marketing your services, Elks Credit Union is here to support your entrepreneurial dreams. Don't let your side hustle remain just a dream. Let Elks Credit Union empower you to turn it into a thriving reality. Boost your side hustle today with Elks Credit Union's Side Hustle Boost Loan. Contact us now or visit our website for more information. Elks Credit Union, your partner in success. Terms and conditions apply.
The Ministry of Commerce, in collaboration with the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, presents the 16th Annual St. Lucia, Taiwan Partnership Trade Show at the Pavilion on the ramp in Rodney Bay, Grosley, from Friday, November 3rd to Sunday, November 5th, 2023, from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. Come, support the creativity of 69 local entrepreneurs and 16 Taiwanese businesses, including ICT and business solutions, food and beverage, and so much more. We will be hosting lots of fun games and activities for kids. Relax and enjoy the nightly live entertainment. Saturday features carefree karaoke with fantastic prizes up for grabs. Then on Sunday, we culminate in grand style with a strictly local fashion show and live comedy from Chekapesh. Don't miss out. Free shuttle service provided from the Baywalk Shopping Mall and back. Come, witness the emergence of our next generation of entrepreneurs.
It's coming. The brunch of the century. Welcome to Sunburnt. Sunday, November 26th. Sunburnt. It's coming.
WhatsApp message. Tim, are you aware that as of 2020, the Blue Coral building is milking the funds of the NIC? It is in the negative by over $41 million, an investment by Emma Hippolyte. This building needs to be sold. SLP needs to address this bad investment as it is losing funds of pensioners. Are solutions aware of this? I'm not sure. Go to the site with the last report and you will see for yourself. Shaking my damn head. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message. Good day, Tim. Digicel, they have increased their services by 2.5%. Shaking my head. So our bills will be much higher. Let's see if we have another WhatsApp message to go through. Why on island speed bumps are not painted? Guess it's because of the rain or the ministry is waiting for someone to die first. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air. Hello? Hello? Let's try another call. Hello, good afternoon. Hello?
Hi, Tim. Good afternoon.
Hi,
How are you?
good afternoon to you, caller. Okay, we lost that call. All right, let's see if we can get another call online once again at 716-2026. That's 716-2026. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tim. How are you?
Yes, I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Tim, I must say, man, the gentleman that...
Okay, we have a little interference there. We'll try to see if we could rectify this and get back to our call as soon as possible. Please bear with us.
Can you hear me, Tim?
Yes, I could hear you now, caller. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. I was saying that the first caller made a lot of valid points. And I echo his sentiment. Because when you have a government that will give you $5, and with the same breath, they will take $7 from you, how is that giving you $5, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Tim, this is where we're lack of wisdom and lack of understanding. Because the picture is on the wall, Tim. Tim, if you were to ask me, what have the government have done for themselves? I can give you many, and I can go ahead by saying one. There is the minister for tourism. right? Ernest Hilaire. The government, being in government, being in this present administration, I should say, has given him back his Range Rover, right?
Yeah, I'm listening to you, caller.
Also, Mr. Richard Frederick, MP for Central Castries, being in this administration, has also given him his visa or diplomatic visa, whichever one he have, which we have no evidence of anyways, but the diplomatic visa, I will say, because I don't know about the personal one. These are just a few things that I can mention that they have done for themselves, just being in government. You see, Tim, we have to look at ourselves, and I listen to your analysis or your analogy based on the people not being stupid. I will not say that the people are stupid, but however, in time after time, we as human beings, we tend to make foolish decisions. You understand? And that's human nature. Because you cannot tell me that a man will come to you and wave documents and spread all those misinformation. Now that we all can see it's misinformation, but the public themselves.
Hello, caller, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, go ahead, continue.
Yeah. So when you look at, for example, Tim, I will say something here that many people may agree with, because Tim, when you have
Hello?
For you. Isn't that given back to the people?
Can you repeat?
I'm saying that if you have an administration that take out 2.5% on the 15% VAT that is in existence.
Okay, we lost the caller. All right, we have a slight technical issue. We'll try to rectify it and then continue with your calls. In the meantime, Kimani, what are some of the comments that we have in the chat room we can share with the wider audience?
Someone says, I'll have to change my blood color because it is red. Another comment, Tim the caller is saying we can't afford a hurricane or disaster under Labour. Bless up Tim and company. Tim, I support you on this one. The people know how to vote. It's not a mistake to get 15 seats. Two things. Maybe one, the majority of people love to try people, and two, we like to look for more. 7 times British, 7 times French. That's not by mistake as well. Another comment, Tim, you are so young you can't remember. Tim, this last caller is very on point. He forgot to mention when Sir John wanted to build the tunnels. Tom Walcott was so quick to jump to his throat, stating that the tunnel's vision Sir John had because he was not an engineer. When the tunnel was completed, SLP came into power. Then, guess what? They had the opening of the tunnel and never sent an invitation to Sir John. I can go on and on and on. Another comment, for all these years, you hear our people and politicians speak about theft of the public purse. What would be interesting to know is there is even a process in place to prosecute unscrupulous public officials.
I think we have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon, you're on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, Tim. I have I don't know if it's, I do not know if it's an issue. I do not know if it's a concern. I believe it's a concern, Tim. I have that concern about Jugwa flood. I understand that he will be retiring soon. Now, the thing about it, Jugwa flood have some flood, no, his name, has contributed so much to the country. And I'm seeing those that are in authority, those to whom it's done, now it's time to celebrate the man. And I believe they are waiting until he dies for them to give him, to say all the good things about him that he cannot even hear. And the people that he has recruited, the lives of, especially the grown-up, to St. Lucia and these elderly people. And it's through Jugwa flood, a lot of people understanding the news, understanding what is going on. And now he reached an age where he have to retire, and we all know that he is not doing well. So I would appreciate, that has been a burning issue with me. I want them to appreciate the man. Let him hear what he has done. Let him hear the impact that he has placed upon people. Let people call and say, Jugwa, who te festi, lemon te festa, who te DC, ki fe mote sa. Let him hear. Give him his flowers. Let him see the color of his flowers. Don't put it on his tomb. Don't put it on his grave. Give it to him in his hand that he may hold it and appreciate it. And, he will say, at least he will say, and all this, what he did would reach out to so many people. So I am telling those in authority, please celebrate the man now before he's dead.
Okay, now caller, don't you think you can take the lead on this?
By what I'm saying?
Can you organize
No,
something?
I cannot.
You cannot?
What I am, that's the role I can play. What I am saying there, if they are not seeing it, they don't know it, or maybe, they are not thinking of it, that's the role I can play. Tell them about it. Tell them what to do now as he's alive. That's the role I can play.
Okay. Thank you so much for your contribution. Let's continue with your calls via WhatsApp 716-2026, and that's 716-2026. Let's see if we have a WhatsApp message to go through. Somebody says there, are you aware that Mia Motley might be the next head of the United Nations come 2024? No, the next head of the United Nations, Secretary General, that is, should come into office by January of 2027. And as far as I'm aware, the Barbados Prime Minister has not declared her hand. She has not stated that she wants to serve in that position as Secretary General of the UN. But every indication is that she might be interested in the job. We have a call. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Good afternoon to you.
Tim, I heard you said when someone vote for whichever party they vote, they did not make a mistake. It's not make a mistake. It's the right decision. That's what you said.
I'm saying not.
That's what you said.
I'm saying not everyone. I'm saying most people. They take into consideration the quality of the candidate. They put their confidence in that candidate. They believe that candidate will serve them well, but in the end, the candidate fails. So it's the candidate who has made the wrong decision is in not living up to the expectation, as opposed to the person who voted for them making the wrong decision.
Okay, Tim. Okay, but Tim, let me ask you: if you continue voting for someone and you realize every time that person is failing you, would you continue doing that? How would you call that?
Well, that's stupidity. I would not continue to vote for somebody if you continue to fail me.
Well, that's the same thing, but I thought you said that you don't like people calling people stupid because they make the right decision.
I say I'm not.
You understand? Because I'm
saying the act is stupid. It's stupidity.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if you continue doing something, and you realize what you're doing is not working, you continue doing something and you realize what you're doing is not working, Tim. And you continue doing that something. To me, that's stupidity. You understand? To me, that's not the right decision. It's not working. You understand?
The dilemma that
I call that stupidity.
The dilemma that the voters experience and they face in St. Lucia, around the world indeed, but let's look at it from the perspective of St. Lucia, is that you are sold a particular idea. And unfortunately, because of the system, because of how politics is, the politician cannot test the ideas before you to prove whether it's workable or not. So the onus is on you sometimes to see whether it's practical or not, and that could be very difficult. So I think it's a case where the politicians are taking the people for granted, and out of frustration, people might be making the wrong decisions. I think on the whole, a lot of thought goes into that decision as to who to vote for. That's what I believe.
I agree with you, but what I'm saying is if you're doing something and you realize it's not working, every time you do something, obviously you're supposed to go back and watch your history and watch to see if what you did before is still working now. So if you realize your history and you realize what you did before, and you go back and doing the same thing again, and it's not working, it doesn't. Why continue doing it? Because these people, these Labour Party, you understand, they have always been doing the wrong things all the time. And people know their history. So if you know the history and you know it's not working for you, it's not working for the country, why go back and do it? That's what I'm saying. You understand? So if you continue doing it, obviously that's stupidity for true. It is stupidity. You understand? It is not the right decision. Anyway, team, have a good day.
You too, ma'am, and thank you so much for calling. Some more of your calls. In the meantime, your contribution in the chat room. Over to you, Kimani.
So, to finish previous comment, for all these years, you hear our people and politicians speak about theft of the public purse. What would be interesting to know, is there even a process in place to prosecute unscrupulous public officials? Which government is tasked with that role? Who is tasked to investigate? We know all that talk is only to sensationalize. Someone says, Tim, can people say in hindsight they made the wrong decision if they are honest with themselves? People can see in hindsight. Another comment, many people regret their decision after election, but they always make the right choice on election day. About teachers, government doesn't pay or treat them like they are or play an intricate part in these children's lives. All that talk, but the actions speak louder. Teachers have no more control in the classroom. Tim, good day. Digicel has increased their service by 2.5%, so we have more to pay. Another comment, SLP cannot govern. That is a fact. Let's see. Government wants St. Lucians to think that a 2.5% levy does not affect everything. It is a cost, therefore it makes goods and services more expensive. So much for putting the people first. Let's see. Teachers are great and committed. However, the policymakers in education need to realize that we need to adjust the curriculum to reflect the times we live in and the challenges we face so that our country is ready to face them. Children are taught the same way today since I was in primary school since the 70s.
I think we have a call.
Tim.
Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you on the air.
Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Tim, it's very simple, you know. The electorates were duped. They were duped, and with the new song of John T, they need eye drops. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's see if we get some more of your calls. I think you have some more WhatsApp messages, Kimani.
Previous comment. Teachers are great and committed. However, the policymakers in education need to realize that we need to adjust the curriculum to reflect the times we live in and the challenges we face so that our country is ready to face them. Children are taught the same way today since I went to school in the 70s. Subjects required in primary and secondary school, example coding, climate resilience, tourism and hospitality, culinary technology, health sciences, criminal law, etc. Let's stop our autopilot in education and move forward. That's it.
All right, thank you so much. Let's see if we can get a call on the line. Let's see there. Okay, I think we could go through yours. Let me see if I have some of your WhatsApp messages to go through. But continue to call once again at 716-2026, and that is 716-2026 as we continue our broadcast, and this is NewsSpin. Also coming up, we'll be hearing from a grandmother, comment that she made in July. But in the meantime, let's take a call. Good afternoon, this is NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Oh, hi, good afternoon, Tim. How are you doing?
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
All right, lovely. Unfortunately, I've been trying to get the line for some time now, but I've not been successful.
Okay, where are you calling from, by the way?
I'm calling from the UK.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so I'm calling with regards to the whole St. Jude's situation. I should say that I am a physician. I'm a surgeon, and I am from St. Lucia, but currently working in the UK. And then I must say, to begin with, I'm very disappointed with my colleagues down at St. Jude's Hospital, because having been in that stadium for such a long time, and then to think that there was some end to the problem, but then to realize that the government is choosing to revert back, going back to the old structure. And they've been so quiet about it. I must say that I'm quite disappointed with the fact that they've just accepted it. I was hoping that, there was going to be something from the staff down there to express their disappointment, or to, because they've been going through so much, working in not ideal conditions down there. I have a lot of my colleagues working there, and then everybody seemed to just be so quiet about the fact. So I must say that how disappointed I am with the whole situation. Tim, I must
go ahead.
So I worked at, now with regards to the structure, comparing the two structures, I worked at Victoria Hospital, and then it was so difficult having to move about because of the way the hospital was structured.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we're looking at what we would call the old building, it's basically similar to what I would say Victoria Hospital was, which is that you have everything segmented. Trying to take a patient as an emergency to the operating room was a challenge at times, especially when it was raining. You have to get sometimes 2 or 3 porters to try to get the patient up, and that can delay things. Sometimes you're called to come to see a patient, and you just, for example, you just can't get to that patient because of the rain or whatever condition, because everything is just so segmented. So I would say, for example, I do not understand why we think that the box, as we would call it, is not the most appropriate or the most ideal for us. A lot of persons would be saying, well, it's a matter of what services are offered and not really the infrastructure. I totally disagree with that, because the efficiency, how effective you are in delivering a service, have also to do with what sort of conditions you work under. So I think the government should really reconsider. I think the government should take into consideration, because if we're looking at climate resilience as well, this is something that we need to take into consideration as well. I remember one of the hurricanes, when the roof at the pediatric wing at Victoria Hospital blew over, and I was on call that night. That was not pleasant. Now, if we have the new structure where we do not have to worry about such incidences, I think this is the way to go forward. So I'm just calling on the government that they need to reconsider and make the right decision, which is to give the doctors, people of St. Lucia, the most appropriate infrastructure to work, so that they can have a better delivery of health care.
So you worked in St. Lucia for what period?
So I worked in St. Lucia for 8 years.
For 8 years, okay. Do you mind identifying yourself?
Probably not.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just call you doctor. Thank you, doctor. And you've been working in the UK for how long now?
So I've been in the UK for 15 years now.
Okay, doc. All right. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for sharing your point of view with us.
All right, you're most welcome, Tim.
All right, thank you. All right, doctor who does not want to be identified. Nonetheless, thank you so much for your contribution. Let's see. Kimani, any comments in the chat room worth going through?
I think we should call him maybe Doctor Who, but I do have one comment in the chat room.
Good
the
one.
medical fraternity and their staff seem satisfied with the situation, no doubt about it. That's it.
All right, thank you so much. Still to come, some more of your calls, your WhatsApp messages, and your discussions, and we'll be hearing from a grandmother, her plea in July of this year to her grandson. You're watching NewsSpin on our NewsSpin Facebook page as well as on YouTube, and you're listening on Power 97.9 FM.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Introducing the new LuSelect Virtual Service Desk, where one click is your access to every service. From My Account to Streetlight reports, requests for payment arrangements to settle arrears, change of name and address. Easy online forms give you access from anywhere and at any time. Every service you need at your fingertips. Go to our website, luselect.com, and click on the Virtual Service Desk widget. LuSelect's Virtual Service Desk. Every solution at your fingertips.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
Get ready for the KFC Nuggets Roadshow. Starting October 6th, KFC launches its new nugget menu with introductory prices. Join us at KFC stores island-wide. Rodney Bay on the 6th, Shop on the 7th, Mickle Street on the 9th, the Cul-de-sac on the 10th, and the View Fort on the 11th. Buy from the nugget menu for a chance to win Spin the Wheel and win vouchers or KFC merchandise. Plus, you could win a trip to New York City with $500 of spending money and a 3-night hotel accommodation. Gather your friends and family for this unforgettable Nuggets Roadshow promo.
The new home of the best country music is Power 97.9 FM.
Say the stars are bound to fade.
Switch us on Join Me, DJ Jerry, this and every Thursday from 8 p.m. to midnight for Country Gold, the best in country music.
Your bags are packed and waiting.
The new, the oldies, and the goldies. So let's make it a date. This and every Thursday with me, DJ Jerry, from 8 p.m. till midnight for Country Gold. If it's Thursday, it's Country Gold Thursday. Country Gold, only on Power 97.9 FM.
I lead a rich, rewarding life.
Automotive art is a place to start.
Can't get a break from all this tax? Head to Automotive Art and get a taxcation. Automotive Art is offering you an ease from VAT and health and safety levy with savings of up to 15% and more. That's right, 15% of all tools, 15% of all accessories, 15% of car detailing, 15% of all rims, 15% of computerized wheel alignment, and 15% and more of selected tires with savings of up to 30% on some sizes. It's Automotive Art Taxcation. Visit us at Automotive Art at Vidbutey Castries and Latuni Vieux today and enjoy a taxcation. Offer valid for limited time. Some conditions apply. See stores for details.
Are you working that 9-to-5 job but also juggling a side hustle? Well, Elks Credit Union has great news for you. Introducing Elks Credit Union Side Hustle Boost Loan. Need funds to take your side hustle to the next level? With our Side Hustle Boost Loan, you can access up to $50,000, giving your side hustle the boost it needs. And here's the best part. You'll have up to 5 years to pay it back with flexible repayment options that suits your budget. Whether it's expanding your inventory, upgrading your equipment, or marketing your services, Elks Credit Union is here to support your entrepreneurial dreams. Don't let your side hustle remain just a dream. Let Elks Credit Union empower you to turn it into a thriving reality. Boost your side hustle today with Elks Credit Union's Side Hustle Boost Loan. Contact us now or visit our website for more information. Elks Credit Union, your partner in success. Terms and conditions apply.
St. Lucia, get set for one big night as we celebrate Midnight Groover's 50th anniversary. It's happening on Saturday, October 14th at Fordon in Dennery. Celebrate 50 years with Midnight Groovers. Also featuring featuring The Secret Solo Band, Prosper, General Bates, Ali Katz, Mishak, and your 2023 Soca Monarch King, Imran Nerdy. Music by DJ Cleus, DJ Camo, and Run It Red. Early bird tickets cost $75. Regular $100. You pay more at the door. Get your tickets over at Steve's Barbershop in Castries, Anthony's Jewelers, all the sell outlets, The Shelter Bar over in Babano, Falco's Bar in Richmond Dennery, Plants Place in Dennery, and Seamay's Distributors in Latuni View Forts. Sponsored by Blue Waters, First National Bank, Little House in the Woods, Courtesy Taxi and Tours, BB Rum, MBC Real FM, Hot 7 TV, Liberty FM and TV, powered by Root Boy and endorsed by the Folk Research Center. Saturday, October 14th, Midnight Groovers 50th anniversary inside 4-Door in Dennery. Make this your lime. Get your tickets.
It's coming. The brunch of the century. Welcome to Sunburnt. Sunday, November 26th. Sunburnt. Sunburnt. It's coming.
Broadcast. We continue with your calls and, of course, your WhatsApp messages and discussion in the chat room. Call in line. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You on the air. Hello.
But what a mess the phone is today, Tim.
Yes, a mess because we have some technical issues with our other line. But anyway, go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, it happens. I want to tell you I was intensely disappointed last evening because I thought you'd have been the first to make the jump on television in St. Lucia by giving us a deeper view of Mr. Appa.
No, we had some issues there with our good friend.
Our mutual friend.
Yes, but anyway, let's move on. Leave him alone.
You don't want to talk about your producer, right?
Yeah.
And my friend. Anyway, Tim, you've been saying this thing for years, and I thought finally I got to take on my friend with that one. That the voter cannot make a mistake. The voter goes in and it's the right decision the voter makes. There's a game called, of all things, Liars game or whatever. And it involves one guy and two little cups and some dice. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar?
Yes.
The guy ruffles them around and you're supposed to guess which one.
There's also the game of the three cards. The Twakat fellas in town, remember? Several years ago. Yeah.
Right. Now, those are decisions you make, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
You only find out, usually, the sequence, well, it's the natural order of things, that you only know you made a bad decision when your decision shafts you with no lubricant. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you like to turn. You're sure if you turn left, you're going to end up on Jeremy Street. You turn left and you find yourself in Show. Bad decision, but you only know that at the end of as a consequence of what you did.
Yeah, but
So,
most of voters in St. Lucia would make a decision, most, and I'm not saying all, based on the information that is before them. So they're making an educated guess as to which individual or which political party can best represent their interest.
The fella with the dice, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hearing you though.
Yes, I'm hearing you. You're on.
Yeah, the fella with the dice, he thinks he's on the right track, and he's been watching the guy ruffling the cups, man. I focused, but the guy's dynamite at what he's doing. That's why he's doing it. So he decides the dice is under the red cup, but he's only going to find out when the guy lifts that cup that decision he thought was so educated and so everything else was a bad decision. When the guy decides to turn left, it's also when he finds himself in the wrong place that it was the wrong decision. Decisions
Well, that individual made a bad decision, not necessarily one that you can consider to be stupid. It is just that
I didn't go into stupid because there are a lot of decisions that are in fact stupid and are actually policy.
Mhm.
I'm not going into that.
right.
I am deciding about the guy in the voters booth. I want to leave it to just there. Guys go on there and are persuaded. And you know that like a while ago somebody was saying about the stupid. You can go there like you belong to a party. You support a party. And yep, that party is good at hoodwinking you. You already have a soft spot and you say, I'm not going to vote for party this time. I'm going to vote for policies that are most attractive to me. And then you come and your people come and your own party rep, maybe not, and gives you a whole bunch of persuasive stuff that for one reason or another, you say, I'll give them another chance. And again, your decision is wrong.
Okay.
So
let's narrow it down, and let's narrow it down. I'll take the risk of doing that. Narrow it down to the St. Lucia Labour Party and what it presented to the people of St. Lucia in the run-up to the last general election. Now, the people, on the basis of what was presented to them, we will tackle corruption. I know it's an issue for you, the voters. We will tackle corruption. We'll deal with it. The other issue is the crime problem. We'll try and see how best we can manage the crime problem. We will be putting you first. We will deal with issues pertaining to the economy, etc. Now, when you weigh what was presented by the United Workers' Party versus the SLP, you decide to vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party. If in the final analysis, the St. Lucia Labour Party failed you, I think the shame is not on the voter. It is on the St. Lucia Labour Party, which
we're
promised
talking different things now.
and
We're
did
talking
not
about
did not deliver. So
We
you
are
cannot
talking about the
hold on,
truth.
Rick. On that basis, you cannot call the voter stupid.
Tim, I'm not into the stupid part. I'm
Okay.
talking about making a bad decision. I'm not into the stupid part. And by the way, the scenario you just described, I can't hear you, see? Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead,
I
Rick.
can't hear.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the scenario you just described doesn't make the voter stupid. It just means, yet again, politicians are a bunch of con artists. That is part of their DNA. And now you brought up the UWP and Labour again. And I want to tell you, I remain convinced that the reason the Labour Party won the election was because UWP stayed home because they did not have a campaign that made them feel good, that caused them to doubt what the Labour Party was saying. They believed it and stayed home. So I believe the UWP as a party let down its supporters. I have always said so. I will continue to say so. And we don't have time for details, but even the details I could give you where the United Workers' Party basically threw the election away. But I believe we make bad decisions. There are these decisions I have made. I mean, I had an accident and I took certain decisions that obviously proved I'm late because it hurt my back and it was much too late to do anything really useful about it. Okay. And all of those who think there seems to be, I want to just ask before I leave, somebody seems to have discovered a new word even though he can't pronounce it. And the word is octogenarian. And octogenarian means somebody who's hit 80. And it sounds to me like this person thinks being an octogenarian, calling a person octogenarian, is a mépris. It's not. I want everybody to know, listening, your age is not a mépris. The average age in the house is 70. Let's not pretend we have any youth in the country, in Parliament. And even those who just turned 60, you would think they were senile by the stupidity that they put out, the way they insult the intelligence of the people. And that's what impressed me so much about Appa as well. Appa seems to have grown from whatever he was. And Appa was making the point that it's a disgrace that our parliament permits mépris even of people who are not in the house. Our parliament has reached at that stage. We have absolutely no standards. Nobody's perfect, and there was a time when parliamentarians, well, in another time, not so long ago, we all know parliamentarians, they're St. Lucian men, and men will be men in certain. We know all that, but at least these guys put on an act to seem exemplars. Whatever sins they committed, they did it in the dark. It didn't affect anybody. It didn't affect the nation, etc. And what they did probably was what all of us do. But that when they stood in the house, they commanded respect. They knew their subject. They were able to talk about the impact of foreign life on ours. And not a word would you hear those people saying about people outside, let alone trying to make it a problem if a guy has hit 80 and is obviously quite fit and in his head and elsewhere. You know, these are the things that we must teach our people, because people look and you know, those attitudes tell you a lot, you know, Tim. That recent bill that was passed there, you all discussions going on, it's pro and con. They're talking about, man, 80 people of 80 are dead already, man. Don't worry about it. Or they wait till you're 80 because they figure you're going to die the next day. I mean, those are the things that keep back the country. And the decision and the repetition of wrong decisions, that is where it's not stupid, it is complicit. You cannot keep on making that same mistake under any kind of pretext. People who are obviously keeping our country back, people who have no standards. We should, Kenny Anthony said it, I'm going to quote him, the electorate must be more discriminating in the people it puts in our house. Thank you. So please, the first chance, let's see what Apple is made of, if he really has any substance. I would love to see that.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling, Rick. Kimani, what is in the chat room?
Someone says the Stadium Hospital was a quick fix after the St. Jude fire. It appears we should expect another quick fix with sufficient funds to complete a modern state-of-the-art hospital. Another comment, that's a good explanation, Rick. St. Lucians gambled their money and the result is a 2.5% increase. Someone says, I told UWP that the information use was lacking. This is common practice for them, but now it's more crucial because we are living in an information society. Told them all that. Go back to my comment. Someone says, Rick, when they think they are more educated than their followers, this is how they make a mockery of themselves. Those who think they are big and bad. Our present parliament is a disgrace. I refuse to tune in to listen or to see that crap they present. Disgraceful. Another comment, someone says, not a word from so-called concerned citizens. Another comment in the chat room. Someone says, Rick Appa is doing what he knows best, and that's it. The people will choose their district reps. Remember Dr. Anthony came back crying after he won the seat, how he regretted how he didn't do enough for the people. Rick, I agree with this statement. Even SLP was surprised at their win. True, Rick, UWP didn't campaign properly, i.e. responding to the SLP's allegations or accusations. That's it, Tim.
All right, thank you so much. Well, a guy was being wanted in connection with a murder which was committed on the 27th of May, 2023 on Riverside Road, Castries. What he has done, he has turned himself over to the police. So that shooting incident occurring on the 27th, 2023 on Riverside Road, and the individual who was shot, the victim, he died 1 day later. And he has been identified as Gandalf Adonis, alias Tupac. The individual who is wanted in connection with that shooting incident or murder, he has been charged with murder. Through the family court, he was brought into the police. That's through the family court, he was brought into the police yesterday. He has been identified as Naeem John. So Naeem John is now in police custody. He was charged yesterday with murder. He has been remanded. And incidentally, just last month, this individual turned 18 years. His grandmother, who is Alex Williams, in July, I think we had a clip played on this broadcast on the 14th of July, did issue a plea for the then individual who was on the lam, who was wanted to turn himself in.
I can say to him, Nayo, he calls me Mum. Mum say to come in, if not try and get a lawyer to bring you in so I can know what is happening to you. That is all I can say so far.
So Nayo is now, he turned himself in with assistance of the family court. He has been charged with murder and he has been remanded. Let's see if we have a call. Hello, good afternoon. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
How you doing?
I am okay.
I know you're not very happy to hear this call, right?
No, I took the call and I know it's you calling. So it doesn't have to do with whether I'm happy or not. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, see, okay, here's what I want to deal with, Tim. I mean, there's so much dishonesty with what's happening and the callers that I'm hearing, and even the position that the opposition is taking as far as the St. Jude Hospital is concerned, Tim. Tim, I am hearing all the cries from the opposition about state-of-the-art hospital. But the facts are, Tim, the same hospital, the part of the hospital that the government is now constructing, right, that they're calling all buildings, have to constitute part of the so-called state-of-the-art hospital. Because what Shasta built that we call the box, right? That is called the box.
Okay, so hold on.
It cannot constitute a hospital on its own.
So hold on there, caller.
Yeah.
And, you guys are into name calling. Y'all make we say people. Y'all make we say.
What they
hold on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes, okay.
You call it the box. Let's call the others the chicken coops. Okay? So let's create some balance there. The box, the chicken coops.
No problem. Let's continue.
So don't tell me about the
let's
hospital.
continue.
Hold on. Don't tell me about the hospital that the SLP constructed. As we go along, I want you to tell me the chicken coops, and then you could tell me the box. We cool?
Call it the chicken coop if you want. Call it the chicken coop if you want. No problem. I'll give you that.
I
give you that.
I want you to do it. Can you do that for me?
No. I will not call it. I will say, I never call it a box. I said what is called the box.
Okay, and you could say now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So
hold on.
What I'm referring to.
Hold on. So that we know what you're referring to, you could say what they call the chicken coops. You cool with that?
What they call the chicken coop, right? What they call the chicken coop, right?
Right.
No problem.
Let's go.
Okay. Right. The facts are, Tim. The facts are, as everybody knows, that the so-called state-of-the-art hospital cannot be constituted a hospital on its own.
Let me stop you there. Not the facts are, and not what everybody knows called. Don't say that.
Well, okay, all right. Well, okay. Those in the know, which include the leader of the opposition and others in the party, they know that it cannot be constituted as a hospital on its own without many buildings of what they call the coup.
That's hearsay. Don't tell me about what they know.
That's not hearsay. It's a fact, Tim.
You cannot tell me what people know. Tell me what you know. Don't tell me what people know. You're not in their head. That's why you took your call,
Tim, the last visit that was conducted by the Prime Minister, right, to show the advanced stage at which what they call the coup is, right, at the advanced stage that it is, almost finished. So the default force will get the hospital very soon. But the fact is, one of the buildings, the Prime Minister asked why, because the contractor said to him he had to open that, break down a wall, right, so they could make an entrance to a particular building. And the Prime Minister asked him why was that? Because he said that it was sealed off, right? That's one of the so-called coup buildings, right? Was sealed off so that it could be part of the what we call the box. So it was sealed off to the other buildings. So because it would have constituted part of the other buildings, like for instance the morgue, the kitchen, and many of those other buildings has to be part of the so-called state-of-the-art building. It has to be part. So don't be hypocritical and I'll call it this and say about old buildings and so on when they know fully well that those so-called old buildings have to be part of their so-called state-of-the-art hospital.
Now, if the Prime Minister hired you to perform a particular task, all right, to work in the hospital, you'll tell him whatever you think he wants to hear. That's what you would do.
Come on,
don't you think, Shazzy, contractors,
that is in all the,
contractors are famous for that, you know.
All of the documents.
Contractors are famous for doing that.
Says that.
Contractors are famous for doing that. But anyway, I think the government has to listen to what the people are saying. Quite apart from the so-called experts, listen to what the people are saying. Listen to what the doctors, the medical doctors, whether they are in St. Lucia or overseas, are saying. Take that into consideration and do the right thing, because over $200 million, you have to invest it the correct way, sir. Over $200 million.
No, but don't forget the over $200 million is not going to be spent on the hospital alone. It also goes to the stadium.
Yeah, we don't know what amount.
Let's not forget that.
Up to now, we don't know what amount
No, the fact
will be used.
Hold on, part of the money is for the stadium.
Shazzy, don't use that thing about telling me the fact. Okay, because we can't prove what you're saying to be the truth.
I deal with facts.
Nah, don't tell me
with facts.
No. That's what a minister with responsibility for propaganda would do. Okay. A minister for propaganda, that's a fact. A minister of propaganda tell you that's the truth. Hold on, you will get enough time. You'll get enough time. Minister of propaganda will tell you that's the truth. The minister will tell you that's a fact. Believe in me, etc., etc. I am saying to you, we don't know exactly what amount of money will be used to work on the old St. Jude. What amount of money will be used on the stadium? The Prime Minister up to now cannot tell us that, but he can tell us that he has to take a loan of $201 million. Why $201 million? On what basis?
At 2%, at a great concession, concessionary price.
No,
2%.
Because I could get a loan for $2 million at a bank, right? At interest rate of 2% does not mean I should take it. I can't afford it. I might not be able to afford it.
In the interest of the people, why not? In the interest of the people, why not?
But
anyway,
hold on.
Where I was going to.
No. But hold on, Mr. Minister of Propaganda. Listen to what I asked you. I did ask you a question. Why the Prime Minister cannot tell us what amount of money will be used for the old St. Jude and what amount of money will be used for the stadium, but he has reached the figure $201 million. How you reach that figure?
Why can't?
How you reach that figure?
Because you have as a Prime Minister a very prudent financial analysis. Someone who knows economics, someone who knows finance, and someone that will spend the people's money responsibly.
But you have not answered the question. You have not answered the question.
But I'm telling you, no. He's going to spend the people's money responsibly, so he's not going to go out there and say things that he...
There's too much noise in your response. Let's clear it, right? Why the Prime Minister cannot tell us what amount of money will be used to complete old St. Jude and what amount of money will be used to refurbish the George Odlum Stadium? Why do you think that he cannot do that?
Okay. No, I'm not saying no, but here I'm Tim. Very soon, this hospital will be open, and all of those details will be revealed.
You're a minister of propaganda for truth.
Before I go, I have to deal with one issue.
If the Prime Minister knows it's 201, how he reached that figure? How did he reach that figure of 201?
Because he's an economist. That's why, a financial expert as well too.
All right, hold up there.
But before I go, Tim, you're not giving me a chance to say what I want to say, please.
Because
right?
I mean,
I heard
because you're just confusing the people. I will not tolerate it, and I will not allow you to pass with that. Now, I'd much prefer, Shazzy, if you told me, man, I really can't answer that question, you know. The next time you see the Prime Minister, ask him to answer that question. I can't answer. But you'll BS people.
Because you should be asking him the question, of course.
But you will BS people on that.
I'm agreeing with you on that. I'm agreeing with you on
that.
But
hey, your response, you know, you'll BS people.
Because I'm just speculating. I'm only speculating.
So
you would be the right person to answer the question.
All right. But, you know, try not to BS people, okay? Especially on NewsSpin, it will not be tolerated. Okay. All right, go ahead.
I heard your good doctor, one of the doctors, talk about the different buildings that make up the hospital that this government is constructing, and she referenced Laminau Hospital. Tim, Laminau Hospital is made up of a number of buildings, but the only thing about those buildings, they're bigger because you're talking about a population of over 400,000 people, right? And also they built it in mind to serve other Caribbean islands, like also Guadeloupe, and to because there are certain services and operations that are done in Laminau that you cannot get in Guadeloupe. So they do it in Martinique, right? And then you have Dominica, you have St. Lucia that come up there all the time. So that was always built in that mind. So the buildings are bigger, right? But it is a series of buildings. So when she said that the hospital is being built on several buildings, we could go from one building to another. This is exactly what is happening in St. Lamy now. You could go from one building to another. The only thing they did, they connected the buildings, that's all. And which is what this government is going to do. They're going to connect the buildings. So it is just on a smaller scale in St. Lucia, where it's exactly the same thing that you have at Lamy now. And I have anybody to test me on that.
All right, one final question.
You know what I'm saying? Because even the...
Yeah, continue. But I have one question for you. Continue.
Because hear that. The entrance, they built a hospital that is catered to women, right? Breast cancer, all kinds of women issues, and also for pregnancies and so on. It had a completely different entrance to Laminau. Completely different entrance. But you can connect from it to Laminau.
Okay.
But it had a completely different car park, completely different entrance.
How do you get to perform your duties for which you are appointed in Martinique when you're calling so many talk shows in St. Lucia on a daily basis?
Oh, my brother.
Where do you get the time to work?
Yeah, listen. Well, very good question. Very good question. And let me tell you, very soon you'll be getting more. Very soon you'll be getting all the projects that are coming to St. Lucia.
You spend more time on the talk shows.
You will be getting all the projects that have been coming to St. Lucia. In 6 months, what I have produced in 6 months, Sim, oh, you will be amazed. You'll be amazed to see what is coming to St. Lucia.
So just imagine just imagine how much more you could have achieved for St. Lucia had you stayed off those talk shows. Call NewsSpin, call that talk show, another talk show, another.
I could multitask. I could multitask. Don't worry about it.
Okay, Shazi, thanks for calling.
All right, respect.
All right, finally, our NewsSpin news of the day. Our NewsSpin news of the day: France to deploy sniffer dogs to inspect train seats for bed bugs. France to deploy sniffer dogs to inspect train seats for bed bugs. That's a broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.